Alright, so let's see what Gislin needs me to do. I kind of hope there's no monsters here. That they just like skip this part. Yep. That's pretty much what you do. You get jobs, and then you go do them. So you get your monster posters up here. Pretty much 98% of this game has just been doing missions. Like you go, get a mission, go. Okay, Savvy Wilds, Goleki Falls, Ruin City, Savvy Wilds. Okay, so simple enough. So far this game has really not been about much of anything. The only thing is that apparently there's some academy trying to use some power source that apparently also caused a disaster. I mean, literally you can sum this entire plot of this game up in probably like a page. If even. But considering it's the third one, I guess they cut it short on actual plot. But it is strange. No, move. There we go. I mean, right now all I'm doing is the monster requests. Because basically now that I can travel the world, I have to go back to like all the places I've been before. And re-get or re-kill all of the requested monsters again. I mean, it's not the most interesting, but I'm close enough to finishing it. Alright. Oh, they actually have the mounted cannons here. Neat. Okay, is this a joke or something? Like, all the monsters here are like one-hit wonders. If even. Of course, why would Lutz end up killing him? Okay, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to quick save here. And if I don't get the monster, I'm just going to escape and come back and see if I can farm in the monster. Or if it appears now. There's supposed to be 2 here, I don't know why they're not showing up. Because why waste my time? I mean, yeah, I get levels. Oh, okay, good. Pestario. Pestario. Oh, she didn't kill them with Night Raid? Really? Mint? Mint is what I get from them? Really? Fucking weak. If this is indicative of all the monsters I'm going to be fighting here, then I'm going to skip the steel and just murder them all. Kill all the things. So that's one. And hopefully the other appears now. So I can get this freaking stupid stuff. Blah, 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 blah. That's really how I feel about these. I mean, they're just so repetitive. Oh, good. Dude ass. All the live long day. You know what? You go right there. Patio. Well, you just wait. You cure. Because apparently Lutz can't take a hit now. Ugh, come on. Turn around, thank you. Super alloy spear, garbage. Good. Back to Gislum. Ugh, I really do just want to finish all these. Takes too long. Also, I'm not really so much in the mood for reading out every little thing in these. Because a lot of these are just repetitive. So, Savvy Wilds and Rune City. Let's go to the Rune City first. Because the Rune City has much more obnoxious monsters. So I'd rather kind of get that one out of the way. God, lots. All the time. No special monster. So these battles will all be jokes. Steel sword, really? That isn't even worth having. I think my neighbors are smoking weed. Kind of getting like a weed smell. It's annoying. Mostly because I can smell how cheap it is. Like, if you're gonna do drugs, at least be classy about it. Sleeping Gust. Probably could have just attacked it and killed it, but... Oh, still alive. Just barely, though. Let's please turn, thank you. So yeah, 2 more cities after this. But I think I'm just going to finish this city, and that's probably it for today. It's been a little long. And hopefully 3 battles is all I need. Oh, good. Celluloid. He's a photograph. I'd only hit him. I really haven't been able to move my characters freely for quite a bit. I've had to like keep doing the shoulder button thing. Ah, yes. You've not missed too much. Just me killing more monsters. I'm probably going to finish this area and then end it anyway. Because I don't know if during the holidays or when Kathleen came over if... Ugh, Lutz falling asleep. Gave me some sort of cold, but I have not been feeling well like the past 2 days. But today especially. I woke up like terrible. Like we actually had to turn on the humidifiers because it was so dry, and now I just feel awful. Ooh, Shimmerstone, nice. My problem is I don't like go outside, so I'm not used to filthy human germs, human scum germs. Yeah, get some humidifiers. Trust me, humidifiers are the best. Like, our house gets... Oh my god. Thank you. Our house gets, like, super dry, so we have to run humidifiers, because the heater just, like, sucks the moisture right out of the air. It's terrible. And like, I don't know. We have a humidifier upstairs and downstairs, and I still feel like dry. Up here is like the only place I feel like somewhat humid. But that's because it's like a small room and all like the humidity comes up here. And also it's all wood up here, so since it's all wood and it's like lacquered wood, like the moisture doesn't get absorbed, which is nice. Wait, did I already do both here? I'll never remember. I don't think I did. Oh, Lutz is going first now. I guess he leveled up enough. But I don't know. And also our downstairs has been like freezing because like all the hot air like rushes upstairs. Because our basement is like a special polar vortex. And it's like we only have like gas heat and it's the worst. Electric heat is so much better. And there's also supposed to be like this humidifier that's like built into the thing, and the humidifier thing just really doesn't work for the heater, and it's annoying. Like, pretty much the guy said he'd have to, like, redo the whole system just to, like, get the humidifier portion working. It's like, yeah, no thanks. I'm not spending, like, $500 just to have, like, a modicum of moisture. Yes, it does, but it doesn't work. And it's not particularly good, even when it did work. Yeah. When I could... Well, yeah, and when I could just buy, like, 2 humidifiers and be pretty well set. Let's just see. Because I want to... I think I only got the one. I think I only got the celluloid. But I should probably turn it in anyway. House stuff is annoying. Yeah. Okay, only got celluloid. So what's the other one? Oh, it's a turtle thing. Well, I guess let's just go to Sappy Wilds and try to get all them. And then we'll go try to hunt the turtle after. But I'm just, the only thing I'm glad about is at least we have like forced air heat and not like radiators, because radiators are the suck. Our old apartment had radiators and they'd be at like max and it would never even get warm, or it would get warm for like an hour and then the radiators would turn off and then it would be cold the rest of the night. Like, fuck. No. Thank you. Although it sucks though, because our AC is like disturbingly good. Like our AC, you could probably like, if I set it cold enough, could probably like freeze the house. But our heater is not particularly good. And also, I'm not going to fix the humidifier in the heater because it seems pointless, and our shower is now leaking randomly. So it has like this steady drip. So we've been trying to replace it forever, but they have old copper and everything, so we would actually need someone to like cut the copper, then resolder it in, and that's like a huge pain in the ass, and it's behind like a hidden wall, so you can't actually like get up to the top portion. So you just have to like measure and hope for the best. And I don't really want to fuck with that. But we need to get it fixed soon because it's annoying that it's always dripping. Although, in other lights, I'd much rather have a house than an apartment. Apartments suck. Mostly because, like, when we had our apartment, people came in and, like, they had this whole thing where they told us they were going to come within these certain dates or whatever, and then they didn't, and then they just, like, invited themselves in and replaced stuff and scared the shit out of our cats. And they were like, oh, well, they're supposed to give you a message. I was like, yeah, we waited those days and nobody came in. And they were like, oh. Well, they may have gotten delayed. Okay, well, you didn't notify us, so fuck off. And then all they did was like, we're sorry. It's like, you're sorry? You've already done something. Like, fuck off. I figured he'd fail. No. Attempt to steal. Recovery tonic. Wow, these monsters have garbage on them. It's sad that the lower level monsters actually had better stuff. Yeah. Well, they had this whole thing recently that's like, these people who want to come over and like, oh, well, you need to fix these lines or whatever. Yeah. You need to like fix these lines for your like water, I believe it was, and it was no, it was for power. It was installing power boxes, and so I was like, huh, like, what? Why would you? If I just had it inspected, they normally update any like boxes or junctions that might be bad. So why would I need to upgrade my power box? And our power box is like brand new. And I was always like super suspicious of it, and fucking they kept like sending these letters, but they didn't look like they were from like our power company, and I was like, and then on, what was it, Nextdoor.com? Yeah, on Nextdoor.com, apparently a whole bunch of people in the area said that it's a scam, and that that one person got robbed. Like, the people came by to like do their inspection to like install the box, and then to set up a time to install it, and then ended up having their house broken into like 2 days later. And another person pretty much agreed and said the same thing happened to them. I'm like, okay, like, fuck off. And then they called me, and they called me from a blocked number, and I was like, they're like, oh yeah, we need to come by and schedule a time for them to come by. I'm like, how about you send me something on official letterhead? And they were like, well, we already did. I was like, well, I never received it, so send me something and I'll call you. And the person kept getting like really fussy about sending like a time to send the technician. And I'm like, no, if you're my power company, you would send me something in a bill or the mail you send me once a month saying this. Like, don't try to play like you're a power company or something. And I received like a door hanger, but it didn't even have like a company logo on it, and I was like, this is all real suspicious. But they've stopped. So, I mean, if it was like a critical, you need your power box replaced, you think they'd, you know, send some people by in a truck. I know. But like, I know. And what makes it worse is that the power company had something on their website too about it, and I was like, But they've stopped. Hopefully they've gotten arrested or something. I just think it's ridiculous. I get spam calls all the time telling me that they can lower my interest rates and all this stuff. And oh yeah, the other thing I was going to mention is the last time the power company called me when we were installing it, they called from like a return call number. They're like, well, you can call the number if you have caller ID and call us back. Like, this is our customer service number, not like a restricted number. Anti-personnel bomb's not terrible. But I don't trust anybody. Especially not if you're trying to come into my house. That's how you die. But I don't know. We also got like a ton of calls about the... I think that was only one. Alright. Might as well turn it in. This is turning out to be longer than I expected. But the like IRS scam thing, like I received a whole ton of stuff like, oh, you need to call us today, like to get your IRS thing. I'm like, bitch, I do my own taxes. Like, fuck off. Like, never had a problem. Okay, good. I did get both. So that means there's only one left in the Bruins. Yeah, good. I just don't get it either. It's like, why do these people do these like elaborate scams? Like, I understand if like a lot of the scams that come from like India and come from like the Middle East. Holy shit, there's a lot of, what the fuck's going on over there? Oh, I guess they're having like a kids fun day or something at the church school across the street. But those like scam things, like there was a bunch of people that did like power repair, like do you need your power restored in Philadelphia? And they all got busted because they were going into Philadelphia power boxes and doing like basically stealing their neighbors or like well, a nearby neighbor's power or a commercial building power by splicing it in. I'm like, you guys have some stones. But apparently they did like this whole investigative thing with the news where they went around pulling these bad junction boxes and people like stealing power. I was like, that's crazy. But the scam eventually got busted, as all things. I should have had him heal. Yeah, there was one where they had put spoons into the power boxes to try to get the, like, because it's like, essentially, there's a, like a breaker line that gets put in, but they just put spoons. There was one that was like a bundle of wires, and it looked like it was like just random wires, like stuff that they found, like a VCR plug that was stripped. Like, it was just one of those like, excuse me? Like, pardon me, what? But I don't know. Lately, I've been watching like scam stuff, like the UPS thief people. I love the like people try to steal people's packages, and then these people always get like so upset. Yeah, the neighbors or whoever they've decided to steal the power from. So basically they just like jump a junction from one to another. Or they just have like an illegal hookup. I know. At my old job, I knew like 2 people that dealt with power scams like that. The one lady said that 2 of the neighbors had gone out in the middle of the night, and so the lady I worked with, her neighbor had the problem, but the lady I worked with spotted it and called Pico, and the person next door had 2 people, like the one house that was behind theirs and then further to the other side, that both of them were stealing power. Like, from one house. So you'd probably have like a $600 power bill and be like, what the fuck? I mean, we have outdoor plugs, and if I caught my neighbor plugging something into that, I'd be like, take that out. You don't pay for my power. Who do you think you are? Let alone, like, throwing stuff in my junction box. I know. Well, it's like cable thieves and stuff like that. It's just ridiculous. Like, how about you get a job? Alright, we can leave Gislam. But yeah, and the UPS package scam stuff where people like steal other people's packages. The best part about that is when the people get like absolutely screwed. Like there was one where if you touch the box, it basically has like a epoxy on the edge of it. So when you go to like squeeze it, essentially the epoxy just comes out and sticks to your hand. There's another one who put a shotgun shell, so when you pick it up, like there's no pellets in the shell, but the cap blows, so it sounds like a gunshot. And people like picking up these packages and running. There was one that was basically filled with a GPS tracker and like loaded with dog poop. So the people would like steal the package and go to open it up and be like, "Ooh, what do I got? It feels heavy," and it was just filled with dog shit. And then they'd use the GPS tracker to track where they are. Yeah, the spring-loaded poo was a good one. I always worry about people. Okay, so people stealing our packages. Tagarta Wilds, Perute Desert, Dardanelle Beach, Castle Ruins. Damn, these people are all over the place. Oh, Tagarta Wilds and the desert. Let's get those guys first. I know you have new monster posters. Man, that would be great to just like put toner in it. They did have a bunch of car stealing pranks, and one of them covered them with powder. So an alarm would go off and essentially call the police. So they'd try to hotwire the car, and it would just like, or they'd have a remote, and it would just explode with like flour and stuff like that. Fucking gold.